So welcome, I'm Jennifer Whalen, Chief Experience Officer at Island Travel Group, where it's always sunny and 78 degrees. And I'm joined here today with my friend Barb Gallivan from
Hello.
Keller Williams. Hello, Barb. She was my travel companion recently to Antigua, where it truly is always sunny and 84 degrees. And we really enjoyed it. And so I wanted Barb to tell us a little bit about what her vacation experience was like and share with you so you know what to expect on your next vacation. Welcome, Barb.
Well, I am happy to be here. One of the best vacations I've been on. Would definitely go back. It was just so much fun. Fabulous, especially during these COVID times, not really knowing what to expect. It was pretty much flawless. Everybody went above and beyond to make sure that we felt comfortable and safe. People were overly polite. Maybe that's how they always are, but it seemed like people just truly were happy to see us and engaging in conversation. And it exceeded my expectations.
Good.
Actually,
Great to
so
hear.
much so that we decided to stay 2 extra days. So I
I
think
know.
that in itself, was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah.
I've been telling people, like, it's so funny when Barb and I arrived in Antigua, we kept meeting people right away and they were like, oh, we were going to stay so many nights and we extended and then we extended again. And it was like one person after another we met that extended their vacation. And we thought that was kind of weird. We actually mentioned it. And then we ended up extending our vacation and extending our vacation. So I guess it was in the air.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought maybe it was kind of a European thing. They take longer vacations than we do typically.
I did
And so I thought, well, maybe that's just kind of what they did, but everything was so nice and so relaxing. Yeah, I didn't want to go home. And
too.
and as so many people are experiencing right now, they can work from wherever. And even while I was gone, I got work done. I know you got work done while you were gone. But the majority of the day, we were able to enjoy our surroundings and just it was truly just what the doctor ordered, so to speak. The accommodations were, I would say, even nicer than some of the other places that we had been. And the island itself, I had never been to Antigua before and didn't really know what to expect exactly. Our guide, that our driver, I guess, John Henry, was outstanding, and he really introduced us to the island in our travels. And we were able to, stop at a local place where he knew the folks. We were able to get something cold to drink pretty quickly after we were there, which was great. And he just explained things to the point that we were just intrigued by what was happening on the island and who lived there and what their industry was like. And the next day he took us out sightseeing again, which was awesome, and took us to some of the peaks, um, uh, and explained the different parts of the island. So I felt like we were on, gosh, about two-thirds of the island, kind of going around. And it's a small, I mean, Antigua's about the size of Champaign-Urbana, I would say, together. I don't know what the mileage, of either really, but I know the population is very, very similar. And so putting that into perspective, and with me being in the housing industry, I'm very interested in kind of what their housing is like. And so just having somebody there to ask questions was great, because then I learned a lot while I was gone as well.
And I find that whenever I travel, like, we're very interested in their lifestyle and they're just as interested in ours.
Yes,
So they're
yes,
just as excited to engage. And so the more questions you ask, just the more, I guess, fulfilling your vacation can be. And John Henry
absolutely.
really definitely,
Yeah.
I think he enjoyed us as much as we enjoyed him.
Well, and just the other people that we met at the resorts. I mean, we met a lot of people from that live on different islands, from the UK. That's very interesting. We met those lovely young ladies at dinner, and just to share some of their experiences, share our experiences. Kind of what what they do for a living, and it was great. I mean, it's almost like when you're in that setting, you're just totally relaxed, and it's all about enjoying and meeting new people and talking about new ideas and new areas, and nobody knows a stranger. I mean, we went out sailing that one day, and Jennifer and I are like, okay, let's, strap on our life vests and let's go out. And the wind caught the sails. We were zipping right along there. But the guy really, our guide, and I can't think of,
Marvin the Sailor Man.
so, he said, girls, I gotcha. Don't worry about it. And I thought Jennifer was going to slide off just for the fact that, like, I was braced a little bit better maybe than she was. And you did get a bit of water in your face a time or two, but you were a trooper. But we had faith because he's done this so long. And then that way we could just relax and enjoy the experience. That's what I enjoyed the most, because I'm like, I know he's got us, so that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Because
So,
even the girls back on the beach, when we talked to them later, they were like, "You were like vertical. We couldn't believe it. We thought you were going over." And I'm like, "We thought we were going over too." But Marvin assured us he's
yeah,
been working there in the water sports for what, I think 18 years,
yes.
was it? And so we're like, "Okay, he's got this." He goes, "People do tip over, but I don't tip over."
He said, not on my watch.
Yeah,
I'm like, I believe you. And
yeah.
then, we were, I had scheduled a massage right after that. And then you had scheduled a massage right after that. And so he took us not back to where, he was docking, but closer to where I could go get my stuff and go get my massage right away. So they will accommodate you in any fashion that you need. And it was, I don't know, it was just so much fun, just so much fun. And you talked about that weather. Unbelievable. That's probably the thing that I came back and said to people. The weather was 78 to 84 degrees morning, noon, and night. I never one time got hot, and I never one time got cold. It was the perfect weather the whole time. I couldn't believe it. The food was great. We did some hiking, really enjoyed that. We went to
Really
Shirley
high.
Heights.
Yep.
That was really fun, and we were able to really overlook the
English Harbor.
water and pardon me.
English Harbor.
Yes, and seeing the yachts there. We toured a quaint little town by the harbor, and that
Nice
was,
backyard.
yes, I know you're so good at remembering all the names. And that was, I mean, that was history, and we were able to walk around there leisurely. I loved when we were with John Henry that night, and we went and just got a drink and sat down on the dock and watched the boats, watched the kids playing, watched people gathering, and everyone was just super relaxed. And we had a great time. Loved the dinner we had that night, which was a
Sweeties.
completely local spot. And so it was just, and again, with the weather being so nice, you could do anything and it was enjoyable. But the first resort at the Carlisle Bay that we stayed, I thought everything was so lush. The pools were nice. The water was just crystal clear. I couldn't believe the many shades of blue that we saw were unbelievable from any place that we were at. And the day that we went shopping, that was super fun. And it was very local. I said, who in the world eats all these bananas? I've never seen so many bananas and so much fresh fruit and vegetables, and it was just it was crazy. But what also I found very interesting was that the overall demeanor of the people on the island, um, you know, they don't have as many updated things, obviously, as we do. Yet they are very, very, very happy. And the crime on the island, John Henry said, is so low, and the satisfaction of their lives is so high. And that was something that, you know, stuck in my mind. I just thought that was great to hear that, because sometimes it's like we need more, 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 but in reality, we really don't. The beaches there, I think, are just so beautiful. You go, you meet other people, you see them throughout the day, you see them throughout the night, they become friends. I don't know, when you're on vacation, it's just such a nice, relaxing reset. And, you know, it was something that was kind of last minute for, you know, for our trip, but it was one of the best trips I've had. I would definitely go back there. And I think, you know, the day we were sitting on the beach and you were saying, "Oh, I just got an email saying that I can extend my trip," and I'm just like, "Oh, I just got an email saying I can extend my trip too. We should extend our trip. What do you think?" I'm like, "Let's do it." Anyway, the communication's easy back home too. I mean, you can call, you can text.
Food and drink in Antigua is really hard to beat.
Yeah, yeah, very, very impressive. I would 100% go back there everywhere we went, before you stepped 2 steps into, the stores or the resorts or anywhere. They met you and greeted you and wanted you to, put hand sanitizer on. Everyone wore masks, and they took your temperatures. And it was just, they had said, I think that they had, 24 cases of COVID on the island, and they were just like, "Oh my gosh, we can't have any more." Like, so they were committed to making sure that they didn't have any more of a spread, because they want to keep open and they want to keep people safe. So when the desire is there, they really put the protocol in place, and it was strict. I mean, just strict but not rude in any fashion. And if you didn't have your mask, which, you know, pretty much everybody did, but, you know, they would have one for you, and accommodating, just, so I thought that was great. You know, put a little thing on the door saying that, you know, the room has been sanitized, it's ready to go. And then when you kind of broke the seal to go in, then you knew that you were, you know, in a safe place, that you didn't have to worry about any germs. Um, and then even the travel, you know, through customs, all of that was very orderly and organized. That would definitely be a place I would go again, just because it was everything that you needed, and reasonably, you know, it was a reasonable price. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and absolutely safe. Not, I was not worried about, you know, worried about that. Okay, so the first question, let's just remember a few things and touch on those. So what was the first question
Nice
overall?
to meet you.
We've talked about our trip with 1 million people, and we've recommended people, and one of the assistants was in, she's like, "My husband and I need to go on a trip." So it's almost like it's contagious. Once you know, hear about it, then people are like, "Let's do it," you know. Do you want me to mention the entire bottle of Crown that we drank as an activity or
Mention
not?
whatever you want. I'm going to take out whatever I don't want you to say.
Or should we mention that we called your family at SOS and they were all worried about you? Those would be the out.